Hello Minecraft, this is Tomcat007 here on the Game Night server. Just thought I'd show you a quick update of my base. Not much, well, I say not much has changed here, but I've expanded. This used to be only one wide. I doubled this because people were getting ahead of me on bell tops, so I upped my production because I trade all this stuff for emeralds. This side is this side's all pumpkin. This is the quickest way to show you. I could walk up, but it's kind of confusing. So yeah, this one, two, whoops. You see, these things are a little bit inefficient. I wish there was a better way to do it without hopper minecarts. We can't use the hopper minecarts here because the clear lag eats them. And this side, of course, is all, how much do we got? Not much here because I've been using it all. This side's all melon. It's the same thing. I've got this, see this side's a lot taller than the other side because it takes more of these to get the same number of stacks. I like to have equal number of stacks because my villager farmer guy, he takes I think 8 a piece to give me an emerald. This is a lot taller. Whoop, I'm at the top. I've got some farms. I forget if I showed you all my old farms. We'll take a quick look at them. Make sure everybody's up to speed. Oh, this is all sugarcane, and it's filled up the whole thing. Well, almost full. Oh, I got a slime. This one and the other pumpkins and melons are near slime blocks, chunks, so I get a little bit of free slime. Okay, you guys see, oh, this is the way to my farms. Here's it's all sugarcane. There's about seven levels of it. Here's my farms. I doubled my wheat, but I didn't need to double the veggies, the carrot and potato, because I found that if I use Fortune 3 on a pickaxe, you can use a hatchet too, but for some reason there's a bug in the game. My hatchet can actually break the pumpkins. I'm hitting the vegetables here, and I actually occasionally break the pumpkins down there, which seems like a bug. So I just go through with a pickaxe, and I'm really careful not to touch the edges because occasionally You just touch the edge. You see I got a haste. Oh, I got haste 1. My pickaxes, they're all efficiency 5, so... Oh, that's efficiency 4, but the other block, if you nick a block, they'll break. So I don't use the water thing anymore because the fortune enchantment really gets a big increase. But fortune doesn't work on wheat. It just gives me more seeds, so I just made it bigger. And whoops, doubled the size, and I made it twice as tall. And each one of these will get me 8.5 stacks each time I flush it out. These are dispensers with water buckets in them. That's the most simplest way. You can use like pistons too with water stuck in them when they're open, or above them when they're open, and then close the pistons and the water falls out, which is kind of cool looking, but this is a lot easier to build. Oh, and we'll just drop down. Whoops. We could fill those, but I got a little bit different way to get wheat now. And I've got a fully automated way to get carrot and potato. You see, there's a guy, there's a fellow that Mumbo found who improved a farm. Well, this is where it comes in. I'm almost full. It takes, if I'm just here a few hours, it takes a few days to get a double chest full, and it's about the same time it takes to get this filled up. Once I get about a row of pumpkins, row and a half, I can probably get about 9 stacks of emeralds from this guy, because he's pretty good, reasonable price. 18 and then 8 for both the melon and pumpkin. Oh, you down? So I got me an auto sorting system here. It's supposed to survive like if it gets overflowed with stuff. I've not filled it that full, but this is pretty cool. These things, you just put junk that you don't expect to come in, and it'll stay there because, well, the hopper is locked because this torch is on. And then as soon as I get enough only carrots can come in, and as soon as I get 41, that'll make the redstone signal strong enough to send this signal all the way to that repeater, and that'll turn off the torch for a second, just long, or a tick or whatever it is, just long enough for that one carrot to drop in. And I got a cool little thing set up here. I made an alarm. See, I had that light out there. So I got no lock on this chest in case something random gets dropped in. But if those overflow, the overflow should come to this chest. And eventually, when they both fill up, they'll get put in here. And then this thing will start sounding an alarm, and it'll turn on the light there, which interestingly stays on steady even though the redstone's kind of blinking. So the automated farms, they're over here. It's a little bit far, but I didn't want it near my iron farm. I wanted it at least a little over 30 blocks away. There's no village in the in the automated farm. But oh, did you see that? Look at that. We got carrot and bread. Oh yeah, I got bread too, but I don't really need bread, but why not if you can get it? Somebody might be hungry, I can feed them. Unary Bits. Unary Bits is the guy. He's the guy. Look, came up with this automated design, which Mumbo found a tutorial. Someone who kind of did some little fixes for it. The way this works is the light level right here. I know you can't see it. Can we see it? No. It says 0, but it's really 7. If this was a normal dirt block that wasn't hoed to be farmland, we'd be able to see the light level. It should be 7 there. And what that's for is this guy, he'll want to plant it. So he'll be sure to come over here, and then he'll see this guy. He's hungry. He's hungry, and then he'll throw the food at him. He'll try to throw the food at him, but he'll just go to my collection area. So he'll plant this, and then the pressure plate here causes a block update, which makes this thing pop up because the light level's not high enough. So the size of this thing, this is the exact center of everything. There'd be water here, but we want that to be where he's has the area he can't keep planted and keeps coming back. So this here, there's like 8 to this one, and then 4 to there, and then the same thing on the other side. It's like 8 to here, and then 4 to there. So this thing basically hydrates from there all the way. I mean, this will hydrate half of it, then this other center, well, these split blocks will hydrate that part. If you guys take a look at this, you can probably figure it out. The tutorial actually gets really complicated about how to make this little cut in the side just such that it's like proper. I kind of just made mine the way he did his. It'd be might be interesting to see if this is square. I mean, this is going to hydrate a square area, so that would be interesting. I don't know if this is just for looks or just to help the AI keep the villagers from getting stuck over there. Oh, maybe he's going to come over. Here he comes. See? He planted that. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. And then it's normal to see stuff on the ground because when he walks away, the thing that was planted here will pop out. But you should see him throwing stuff. And if you guys build this and he's not throwing stuff, the most likely cause is that this guy isn't hungry. If the guy's not hungry here, he won't feed him, and he'll never get hungry. He breeds, and they're not going to breed here because they can't get close enough, and there's no village. So the way I made sure I had hungry ones is I got the little guys as soon as they were born. I took them away where they can get fed. There's a little trap door here. Apparently that's one of the fixes for this build. You got to have the little trap door to keep this guy back enough, because if the trap door is not there, he can actually get fed. And then as soon as this guy's full, this guy kind of stops picking things. He won't pick anymore if there's nobody hungry. let's see. The other thing to know about this is the bottom part of this thing. This block has to be 7 above the ground. Mine's a bit higher because I wanted it level, and it was about 7, and wasn't sure about the trees. So mine's maybe, you don't have to have yours as high as mine, but this is supposed to be 7 off the ground so that you don't get hit by lightning, because if a guy is standing over here and it's less than 7 from down there, as I understand it, he can actually get hit by lightning and he'll turn into a witch, and then you got to replace the witch. This is the same thing with the potato. The lighting. The lighting. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apart, and then another 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 and 5, and then the exact centers right here, which is the perfect thing to make this light level 7. And then these others, you just measure over 2, put it at the third one, and then again you put 5 blocks in between. And you do that all around. It's supposed to be important that these guys are on lily pads. And the guy doing the tutorial said the carpets might work, but not work as good as lily pads there. I don't think you really have to have lily pads. I like to have something just because I don't like to fall in. And I'm not sure why these couldn't be slabs, but apparently this guy can get actually stuck if it's a big block. Lily pads look nice, which is kind of one of the reasons. The other reason is I didn't want to end up with something that didn't work. This guy, this is where the bread's coming from, because he won't throw wheat. All he does, he makes bread out of the wheat and then tries to feed him. He won't feed him any wheat. I guess villagers don't actually eat wheat, but they'll make bread out of it. And they need, of course, I think 3 bread to have enough to want to breed. I think if they get 6, they'll give like 3 away to a hungry villager. As I understand it, they'll give away half of what they have to anyone who's hungry once they have enough. This guy, this is my assistant. He helps plant this for me. This area here, this is enough to get, I can get 8.5 stacks out of this level, and there's one just like it above. So between these two, I get the same amount of wheat as my other farm did, and I got someone to help me plant it. The only trouble with this, I have to manually take the wheat, although it's less dangerous because the other one, you got to watch the clear lag before you flush the water, use the water to flush it all out, because if you do it during clear lag, it will take it all away from you. So, oh, you got to see this. I made an automatic dropper thing here. I just throw my stuff in, and then it drops out. I got the dropper to the side here so that I can put more farms above if I want it real easy. Version 1 had these things facing down, so they drop straight down, but then as soon as I went a floor above, I had to add a hopper to feed them, and then it just seemed kind of not quite what I wanted, having the extra hopper in the thing and running extra clocks all the way down every time you put something in just seemed inefficient. So got them pointed to the side. That way they can just drop all the way to the bottom. This is how I got them up here. I had a little minecart track. Oh, you guys, you've seen the iron farm, right? I got 2. They're about, I think I got them 70 blocks apart. They probably only need to be 60 because they're kind of small villages. The size, the width of the village will be about 30. And so you want them 60 apart so they don't overlap and combine. Because that way, if they combine, you only got 1 village, I think. You might only have 1 village. You know, it's kind of weird the way those giant farms work. They put villages inside villages. So yeah, I guess if I put a door halfway in between here, it would, I don't know, just make a village bigger instead of creating 2. It's kind of, I guess that's how that is. Yeah, look at that. Catherine built a little house on top of the spire. There's a parkour course to get to the top. Let's see if I can fly today. This elytra thing doesn't always work for me. Oh, yay, we did it. Huh. Skeletons down there. Better put my chest plate on. Huh? This is a skeleton elevator. This is the top. They come up here, they get pushed over, and then they'll fall down 24 blocks, I think. This is my favorite thing here. There's a spawner below here, and the redstone lamps, or so I can turn it off if I want to. There's plenty of light here to deactivate the whole thing. Let's see, can we take a peek inside? Oh, right. Yeah. In version 1, I tried to get them at the bottom, and I can easily go down far enough to kill them, but then by the time I'm low enough that they are taking a right amount of damage, I'm not close enough to the spawner because I need to be within, I think, 15 blocks of the spawner to make it active. Okay, what's going on here? There it comes. Oh, I'm gonna get shot. Oh, geez, they're gonna fight each other because they saw me. They're getting a little bunched up there. Let's see. We go get them unclogged. They'll eventually get in here. Yeah. Oh, there's one now. There's a couple. this is kind of if you want to maximize your XP, you probably want to make this wider now, because eventually they'll hit the mob cap and then you won't be able to get the XP from them. We got free arrows and bones. Exhumaboid made a cute thing with this, with one of these skeleton things. He made it a really slow XP farm. He made it so he could kind of hide down below here under a trap door, and he had put dogs in there, and the dogs would come along and kill the skeletons, and they release XP when the dogs kill them. Got a few bows, mostly bone and arrow. Let's leave the arrows here. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry. That's what I want. Let's see. Mr. Zombie. Okay, oh. There's another thing over here nobody's seen yet. I brought rabbits in from the snowfield, I guess, over there. Let's feed them. I think we can... Jeez, I can't close the door. Hopefully they're not all getting killed or anything. Oh, I lost a few. They squish each other sometimes. Get a few more, we'll come in here and harvest. This is one of the ideas I had for making money, because the shop will pay, I think, a lot of money. 50. It's really hard to get a lot of rabbit hide, though. It's a lot easier to get iron. And they're $2.50 a piece. See, if I just stand here, they'll want to run away. Uh-oh, see, somebody died somehow. Aw, little guy. Went out? There you go. Let's see, what's next? Villager progress, I think. If you're watching this and you want to see the iron farm, leave me a comment and I'll show it. I don't think we have time to do that today. I don't want that video to be terribly long. These guys, they only eat potatoes, because whoever I put in here first liked potatoes, and now no one else gets to eat anything but the potatoes. So these guys, they will, there's enough doors around here for me to get, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 8 guys. I got a couple guys here because at one point I kind of shut this thing down and I didn't let them breed. Now they'll breed up like 5 out here in the open, and I can take them away. I don't keep the green coats, but I keep everybody else. Just I thought it'd be interesting to see how many can I get. I'm not trying to break any speed records. I'll just keep getting them. Give him a little push. There he goes. And this guy, idea here is that he might feed these guys. I was told once that they will starve if not fed. I don't think that's true. I don't believe it. I don't believe it anymore. I got too many here that aren't being fed down below, and nobody's died. This design I have here happens to have enough light. It's pretty much zombie proof. They can't spawn. I got a light in every cell, a torch here in every cell, and then I got the glowstone every third block. Never had any zombies come in, and if I were to feed them, I could see the food that I throw at the ground. If you put a block here, you can't really tell if they're eating the food or not. So you just put in this that deal. When they're in the minecart, they can fit right under that. I like to put it in later because that way I know, or I'm more confident that they're back far enough. If we do it first, sometimes the cart won't be all the way back, and we break the cart, they can run away. But they're too tall; they can't go past this thing. They're not short enough to get underneath that. Oh, who are you? You're a toolsmith. Okay. So I'd like to keep them labeled. One day I might want a toolsmith and come down here and look. Yeah, that's a decent librarian, but projectile protection, I think he was too expensive. At 45 is kind of a lot. I think I got one that only charges 32. And I got a looting 3, so he gets to stay here until someone else, I don't know, dies. I'm going to sprint a little. So once I get to the edge of my claim, or a little beyond, I'll start working this way. When that gets as far as I can go, I'll go back another one and then go left and right again. Kind of, well. Oh, I goobered this one up a bit, which is why I didn't keep going very far. I made these cells so that, interesting that that guy's standing where he should. This cell, there's only one block between here. Actually, there's no blocks because diagonally there's, the next cell is on the other side of this diagonal. And when I put villagers in here, they often disappear and they show up on the other side. It's really... There's another one that worked. Occasionally... So this is the new way I'm doing it. The cells are, of course, 2 deep. The villager stands here, and then there's the trapdoor there. I gotta have this block to separate the 2 sides. And then I can reuse the brick behind the previous cell to be a little more efficient with the bricks. This one was a lot more efficient with the bricks, but they were just too close because the guys They pop out on the other side. Ones I put in the other side popped into this side somehow. It's really kind of weird. Oh, yeah, I'm looking for fishing villagers because I don't have the. Those books aren't in my shop yet. If you guys want to know, leave me a comment how many villagers I have, and I'll go count them up. We got this thing that goes forever. Goes a long, long way. Oh, this guy is a really good deal. Only 14 for pork and 14 chicken for an emerald. That's the best deal I've ever seen. So, yeah, I can get a stack of emeralds from him pretty quickly. And here, this is, I gotta be a little careful with this because this is outside my claim. Someone could break in here and get protection 4 for free. Well, for 46 emeralds. Let's see, what? Is that right? This one goes all the way. These both go as far as I could. I forget why I stopped down there. I don't think I'm into the sea or ocean. But I think I was outside of my beacon. I didn't want to be outside my beacon. This one, I can actually get outside my claim and still be within the beacon, so for a while. And that one I messed up. And this one, I think it goes as far as the other guy on the other side. Kind of outside my claim. Oh, wait. No, I've not filled this one yet. Yeah, that's outside my claim, so I just kind of stopped for some reason. That's interesting. I could put a few more in there. But the one I'm filling now is over here. It'll be near into my claim soon. And this here is where I was trying to, I wasn't letting them breed above because I had them breeding in here. And at some point they kind of stopped breeding. But then I added this green coat who had been well fed up above, and he's got them breeding again. So this is kind of a speed breeder. They'll kind of feed themselves, and then the babies will fall down, and we get quite a few pretty quickly. And it's pretty easy to get them out of here. I guess if we got too many, yeah, might be difficult. But so far, yeah, boy, I should get these guys out. If I get too many, will be they'll get in each other's way, get in the way of the minecart and stuff. There's much more automated ways to get them, but this works pretty simple and haven't had any trouble with it. Yeah, there's just one water block in there, hydrating all that. So the dungeon doesn't go too far this way. I think I stopped when I got at the edge of my claim. That's probably what I did. Let's see. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the edge of my claim. Oh gosh, I'm hungry. At this level, I've added up. There's 31 cells in this section, and there's 53 in this section because it goes further. That doesn't count the farmers. This is where I keep my farmers, and the library. And ooh, I've got an armor place here. I thought this looked pretty. The white and the black. And I might try to get a better, cheaper armor. This guy's not too bad. He takes, what this means is 17 coal for 1 emerald, and then 7 emeralds for boots, 9 emeralds for pants, I think 5 for a helmet, and then 11 for a chest plate. That's what those numbers are, and they're staggered here because other ways I've tried this, it thought I was trying to put an IP address in. It was kind of weird. It's like, no, that's not an IP address, silly. That'd be weird if I had an IP like that. Yeah, this was supposed to be for a guy to feed these guys. He could farm and feed if they got hungry. This one never worked because it's too far from the village, and the guy kept running over here. Oh, I must have took him out. I put him somewhere else. Probably in one of the farms, the automated farms I got. He would hang out over here because this is near where the doors are up above. He'd never stayed near the farm. Oh, so the other thing that can happen is they get junk in their inventory. I think if you give them a variety of food, they farm less well. And that's kind of what happened here. I had a guy that would never farm. This guy's not farming so good either. You should get some planted. Maybe he's empty. Hey. You gonna plant those? The last guy I put in here, I put him in my automated farm, and he wouldn't plant anything, or he was really slow at it. So I put a better one in. I don't know why. Everywhere else they'll plant, even my wheat farm where there's no one around. They'll at least plant the wheat. These are all farmers. I've got a lot of them, and they're all more expensive. Let's see, he wants 16 for carrot, and then 13 pumpkins. So all these guys are more expensive than that other one I found. So they don't get to trade. I got a shepherd here. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to have a shepherd. I should trade with him. I haven't traded. They'll eventually trade emeralds for different colors of wool. Okay, there's levels above here. The levels get shorter as we go up because I'm on a hill. And I run out of dirt. I don't extend this. It's all underground. This is kind of the edge. If I go any further, this wouldn't be underground anymore. And for some reason, I didn't go that way with this one. I think the problem is the ground's right here. You kind of, this is the top, yeah, this is the very top one. This one, I ran out of It started popping out of the ground, so I stopped and went down. This one, it's a lot shorter. We can go out if we want. And this here, the sugar cane. I always turn my sugar cane to paper before I put it in the elevator, and it will come all the way up here. And every one of these is full. Yeah. Just the last double chest isn't completely stuffed. Everything else is stuffed full. 3, 6, 9, 12. I think I got almost the sugarcane ones. I think I got 12 down there too. That's about enough for this episode. This is how I get. This worked really good. This got the villagers up to my iron farms. They just put them in the water stream, and they'll just keep going up. And let's see, what else is there to show? My store. And maybe the iron farm. But we've been going on over 30 minutes now. Oh, look at that. We got a new baby. Are you a librarian or a cartographer? Oh, right. See, I put a villager down below, and then voila, they just they replace him. This is based on a tutorial that Groova Guy made, and in his tutorial, this thing was only 4 blocks across. Mine, I noticed they were getting occasionally, especially on the Game Night server, they'd get stuck. You get two at the same time. You're not supposed to have 2 at the same time, but for some reason, my village would spawn 2 golems at the same time, and they would they'd bump into each other, not fall down. So I made it 6 wide. And the other problem with his original design that he's still got a tutorial up on is that the distance they fall into the lava wasn't far enough, because they would sometimes just sit in the lava and burn up because they didn't have enough momentum to punch through. This is plenty far. They just punch all the way through the lava. I didn't start near the ground with this one because of this village. I didn't want my iron farm to get interfered with this. If this was here and I got these doors here, that would make the village not be centered properly, and I'd have golems spawning all over the place. So we got a little bit of iron. Today. So yeah, we got a good amount of iron. Oh boy. I think next time I'll show my shop, and then maybe we'll build something. I kind of want to finish my house. I don't know what to do about it. I kind of don't want to destroy the land around it any. But I'm thinking maybe a steel tower, because I got lots of iron. maybe use these emeralds to around the windows. You know, you put the stuff a little bit different color around the windows. I think I might use emerald blocks for that. I got lots of emerald blocks. I've got 4 or 5 stacks built up that I don't really need. Oh, I should kill off some cows. There's too many cows. Well, let's see. Hey, does this work? I bet this doesn't work. Depending on lag, it may not work. Whoa, wait, that worked. Ouch. I should bounce when I hit that. Why not? Why didn't I bounce? That's weird. See, sometimes I don't go all the way up. It should be bouncy. Like that. Not sure why it ain't bouncy. Oh, there I bounced. Okay, that's how it should work. Well, that's all for now. See you later. Goodbye.